welcome to the Star Ledger Newsroom. Thursday, October 23rd. An alleged serial killer, truck driver Adam Lane, was sentenced this morning to 50 years in New Jersey State Prison for the killing of a woman in her Hunterdon County home. Now, Lane is already imprisoned in Massachusetts for another attack. We were in the courtroom this morning. Check it out.
This is the matter of State versus Adam Lane. This defendant showed absolutely no mercy toward Monica Massaro when he brutally cut her throat, watched her die, and then desecrated her dead body. I ask that the court show no mercy towards the defendant now.
We don't know why a person who is a husband and a father suddenly commits these kind of acts.
Your Honor, the mother of the victim wished to have a statement read to the court.
Monica lit up every room and every part. He should get down on his knees every day and pray that God has more mercy on his soul than he showed Monica.
You are sentenced to serve 50 years in the New Jersey State Prison.
All right, when the Prudential Center Arena opened in Newark a year ago, there were a lot of people wondering how exactly that place was going to fare. A lot of people were worried that maybe suburbanites would not want to come into Newark for hockey games and concerts. There was also concern that having three major arenas in the area, the Meadowlands and Madison Square Garden being the other two, would just create too much competition for the Prudential Center to do very well. Well, this week marks the one-year anniversary of the opening of the arena. The Devils say that attendance is up 25% at the hockey games. There's also a little bit more of a mixed bag in terms of how it's doing otherwise. I sat down a few moments ago with reporter Maura McDermott, who writes about the arena, to talk about how things are going at the Rock. How's the arena doing? How's it going?
Well, they started off with a 10-show run by Bon Jovi. They had packed houses. It was a very popular run. Since then, they've had a bit of a challenge getting up to the numbers that they wanted to book the first year. They were hoping to have about 175 events. They've had more like a little under 150. In terms of sports events, you know, the Devils, that's their home base, the Seton Hall basketball team, and the Ironman indoor soccer team. So between those sports events and concerts, they've booked a little less than what they were hoping to get.
What makes it hard for them to book as many concerts as they would like? Is it the competition between the different arenas? Is it just unfamiliarity with the acts have with the place?
There are a couple factors. One of the factors that fans don't normally think about so much is the fact that the arena is managed by a company called AEG, which is the nation's second largest concert promoter. That means that the nation's largest concert promoter, Live Nation, is going to be a little reluctant to actually start booking acts there. And the other, independent concert promoters are also going to be a little wary. So the overwhelming majority of the acts that they've booked there have been managed by AEG. Now, they've gotten some really high-profile acts there. They've gotten the Eagles, they've gotten Tom Petty, they've gotten Alicia Keys. All of those were.
They did not get AC/DC, which is my favorite band, which ended up at the Meadowlands Arena, much to my disappointment. Is that what we're talking about here?
Well, here's an interesting factor. Metallica is going to be in the area late January, early February. They were looking for a place to play. The first place they looked in New Jersey was the Izod Center, where they've played numerous times. Right. Now, this is according to their promoter, John Scher. What he said is that the Izod Center was only available one of the two nights that they wanted to play. So they could have just stayed at the Izod Center for that one night, or they could have gone to the Prudential Center. One of the factors that made them decide to go to the Prudential Center was the fact that a Metallica manager had been to an event at the Prudential Center and he had a good time. So that made him think, you know what, this is a place people can actually get to, people will enjoy. So if that manager hadn't had that experience, things might have gone a different way.
So it's familiarity, it's like building a brand name and building a business like anything else, and I guess the arena's got to do that as well.
It's familiarity, and it's also the concert industry dynamics of being managed by the second largest concert promoter.
All right, thanks a lot.
Sure.
I knew having Angus Young would come in handy one of these days. All right, shoot, shovel, and shut up. That is the saying among some New Jersey farmers who say that black bears are killing their livestock and decimating their crops. Now, bear hunting is not legal in New Jersey, but farmers can get special permits to shoot bears. A lot of them, however, complain that the permit process is so restrictive it makes it impossible for them to really protect their livelihood. Some, however, do use the permit process, like the farmer in this video.
The crop circles in Tom Brodecker's cornfield are no mystery. It is damage from bears.
This area here is where a bear had been earlier. Probably there was a female in here. As you see, the corn stalks kind of go in a circle. Here's probably an ear that he had eaten off of. Big teeth that they peel off there. This corn is getting pretty ripe. It's getting hard. It's where they like it. Now the damage in the field, this little area we're in here, as we go further that way, it gets to be a lot more corn down all over. So I estimate right now that probably 10% or more of this field has been destroyed. If we leave this field like this for another month, you'll have very few ears of corn or corn standing here. They'll just flatten it.
Brodecker, like other farmers in the state, have gotten permits to kill bears on their property.
All right, it's time now for an update on our Ledger Live Politician Lie Detector Challenge. Yesterday, we offered to host polygraph tests in order to settle a dispute between the top Republican in the state Assembly and the top Democrat in the state Senate. As of now, Republican Alex DeCroce has accepted our offer, and as we're trying to set up the polygraph test for him. However, Richard Cody, the president of the state Senate, has not yet gotten back to us on whether he will participate. And that issue is drawing quite a few, dozens, scores actually, comments coming in on our NJ.com news blogs, including this one from Langdu1, who says, "Cody, be a man and stand up. If Cody does not answer this challenge by the end of today, we know who he is, and he does not deserve New Jersey votes anymore." BN CEO calls us out on this whole thing, says, "As much as it would be a nice circus atmosphere to see Cody and or DeCroce take the test, it still doesn't mean a thing. It can be tricked and worked in your favor. I would like to see some nice evidence along with testimony under oath." All right, that wraps up Ledger Live for today. Keep in touch. Send us your photos, videos, emails. You can shoot them to us at ledgerlive@starledger.com. And of course, there's always the news blogs at NJ.com. All right, Jersey, take it easy.